hear the thunder? This better be good.
Because the Zerg is so different, like one of the main changes that the Ravager brings to the game is that the Zerg now has a good matchup against Terrans. And we already see in this game, they have a Zerg up against the Terran. And basically the other different thing that everyone loves Joe, that the team brought to the meta, was the fact that you can actually have a TC stack, so Terran Zerg stack, where the Terran sieges up with libs and the Zerg catches with mutas. And so the mutas are really good at protecting the liberators, and that forms a really powerful stack. And I think we're gonna see some of that this game because one of the teams has a TTZ, which is literally the point of you not playing Protoss, is that you get that powerful TC stack.
Yes, as you can see here, JokinPhantom goes tier 2 immediately after he's against Protoss. And the next wave is Monkey's bio, right? And the next wave is Darkwhite with Lynx. So let's see how this whole game will be played. Right?
Okay, and
As you can,
yeah, and here it is, man. A Ravager.
PewPewPrince. Actually, Joking canceled the tier 2 and he just went full Marines. This is interesting, yeah.
Okay, and very interesting. So something that's a little bit different from previous tournaments as well. So before, opening up with a gas was a very shunned upon strategy, but now it is actually viable sometimes in practice. I've seen a lot of players open in-house and still win that game. Tris, do you want to talk a little bit about that?
I'm not sure if this was a right call, going canceling tier 2 though. Yeah, what do you think? Like this canceling tier 2, and he made just adapts. I mean PPU, and that was the right call there. Yeah.
Well, I was talking about the one gas for PewPew because it is a Protoss.
Yes.
It is a Protoss against Terran, and
Yes.
as a Protoss with one gas. Okay, so the idea behind the one gas is if you're going to push in 5 minutes, then you might as well get the gas because you're not going to push for 5 minutes anyway. And so the gas really pays off, and the first gas you get pays off in 5 minutes.
The thing is, I think they baited something. I mean, PPU maybe baited. Maybe he wants to give some impression that he's going tier 2, and that's why Joking maybe just canceled tier 2.
Well, I think it's very standard now as well, right? Like every single in-house, when there's a Terran against Protoss, usually the Terran skips the first wave.
Yes, that is pretty standard, I assume. Yes, but it really depends if there is a PT stack though. Like if I will see a PT stack, I mean the turn can go just immediately also, because if PT stack is a working PT stack, then turn doesn't have anything to lose in general. Like you need to get mid right.
Yeah, middle is very important. That's really true. Okay, and here Nedved with his signature Ravens, he always usually plays Ravens. He prefers this tier 2 Terran. He's usually always going for some sort of tier 2 Terran, whether it's mass libs, mass Ravens.
He's not sieging. Interesting.
Okay, and here's what I was thinking, what I was saying about the gas. So PewPew gassed, right? You want a gas if you're gonna push in 5 minutes. But the army from PewPew is one that needs to push now. And you can see that that gas is really not paying off at all, as Joking is completely destroying PewPew's army.
Yeah, that is right. I assume if PewPew didn't gas, probably he would have enough units to deal with this Terran.
Yes, a Protoss should usually win up against the Terran, but
I mean, a Protoss can never go first gas against the Terran.
Yeah, basically, pretty much. I would never suggest going to gassing as a toss.
I'm not sure what Nedved is thinking right now, but those are not maybe pretty thoughts.
I think if they lose because of the gas, I think PewPew is gonna hear it. You know, I think there's gonna be some flaming going around. That's for sure.
Yeah, probably there's some. Yes. I mean, yeah, this is still everybody's game because, like, as we know, like after so many meta change, we saw so many comebacks in such matchups. So yeah, it's not the end end of the world. So let's see.
The only thing I would say is that when you're playing PTC, right, or PTT, when you play Protoss in general, you do want to push early because that's basically the advantage of a toss. The Protoss has such a huge advantage early on that they can just get you middle. But over time, the Protoss gets really weak. And here's the problem. PewPew basically lost that early game advantage because he went for early gas.
I also this one is back like couple at a time and save the cannon here.
Okay, yeah, I'm not really understanding this play a little bit because Nedved is front with his Ravens, but so are the Stalkers. So who is trying to stack here? Like usually you want someone at the back and the other two on your team front so that they can catch your army as soon as possible. But you can see that nothing is stacking out of Everyone Loves Karma. So they're off to a really rough start here.
Alright. Well, the thing is, like here, yeah, he just put back all his ravens, which was the right call. But he is pretty late for that. Like, they could actually save the cannon here, in my opinion.
Okay, let's see.
Now all the Marauder Reapers just passing by of the ravens. Yeah, let's see how it goes because
Okay.
this is really hard for Zerg to deal with. She needs a lot of Ravagers and she doesn't have it.
It's very true. Darkwhite would need to have less Hydras. I would not actually recommend this amount of Hydras. I think you just need Ravagers. You don't really need anything else. But okay, now we have 2 Ravens and a Liberator stacking from Nedved.
Yes.
And I don't think JokinPhantom army is gonna be able to deal with the Liberator. You can see it already has 16 kills.
But Joking is his own Liberator though, so
Oh no, PewPew's
still okay.
PewPew's Stalkers were an auto blink for a while there.
I mean here Monkey still win, but there's a Liberator stack.
21 kills on the Liberator.
Yeah, this is still fine for bottom team because it's already again the Liberator.
Oh, and Nedved was very late on the turrets, actually. I think he could have deployed the turrets a little bit earlier, so I think these Ravens... Oh, and these Ravens are 0 armor. They don't have any armor at all, so they keep dying very quickly. When you go for this type of air mech army, you do want some armor as soon as possible so that they can actually survive, but even with saying that 4 Liberators did survive, and that's going to be more than enough, JokinPhantom's army is just... All the bio is going down.
Yeah. Well, actually, Joking had 3 lips instead, like against 2 lips, so that was pretty good because lips just killing Marines one at a time is not really efficient for.
Okay, but Monkeygurly now has the turret. Is she gonna use it?
I'm not sure. Maybe she wants to just the next wave, you know, the anti-armor missile, the next wave probably.
That is a lot of stacked Ravens.
Oh, she couldn't do it on time.
Yeah, she was too slow.
Too slow, yes. Now Darkwhite has faster, which is good. Okay, where is anti-armor missile? I have no idea.
Okay, but
Monkey is sleeping.
okay, but there's a huge issue. PewPew has no air army, so usually at this point you do want to get a Phoenix or 2 to help catch the Liberators and protect them, but nothing from PewPew is catching the Liberators. And so the Liberators are getting clean. Yeah, sorry, go ahead.
I think this joking like composition is just nailing the coffin at the moment. It's really strong. Like that's for some time the top team won't be able to do so much, I assume. Unless they really stack near Nexus. Yeah.
Yeah, right now it's chill mode with a huge advantage, and it's really up to Everyone Loves Karma to get back on this game. They're trying to get the Liberator Raven stack, and they've
I
been
mean, like,
trying, but it hasn't been successful so far.
yeah, Darkwhite is front at last, and she made a good positioning. I think all her mutalists should be, I think, front, maximum front. She has enough mutalists though to deal with all the slips, which was the most important. Yeah.
Okay, now we have a little bit of a PT stack going on with some Stalkers surviving, but it doesn't matter. There's so many Liberators from JokinPhantom. Each of
Yeah,
these with
focus.
7 kills. It's just
I mean,
ridiculous.
PewPew's positioning is just on average because like if he wants to beat Lips, he should go some special tactics with Scram, right? Like that he can't do that like that. And also like JokinPhantom has already a lot of bio. It's so hard to deal with both stalkers and everything. Really hard for top team right now.
Yeah, they only have about 2 to 6 minutes to get back in this game, because otherwise the mineral advantage for the bottom team is just going to be absolutely ridiculous, and then nothing that the top team can do will be able to bring back this game.
Yes.
So they're really on a clock right now. They really have to turn this back around really soon, and I'm not
Yeah.
sure if they're gonna be able to do that on time.
No, the thing is like Monkeygurly has some marines. She started at marines actually, which is good.
Yeah, Monkeygurly, she knows that all she has to do is keep adding bio. She doesn't have to do anything else. Just keep adding bio units and she's gonna be fine. And she's doing just that. This is a lot of Liberator stacking now. PewPew did blink front to try to catch the
But there is
Libs.
lurkers though. This lurkers is really good there.
I don't think the Lurker is doing enough. There's so many Liberators out of Nedved. Would this be enough?
It is. It is enough. I think it will be. This will be enough because Ravens has. Oh, maybe not enough right now. Yeah, they're actually catching up. Yeah.
Okay, now here comes Thunderhorse's army. So this is a kind of a triple stack for them.
But there's also Joking's lips, so
Yes.
it's actually pretty same. If there's turrets now, that would be maybe.
Oh, the turrets from
Yes,
Monkeygurly, yes.
Yes, this is good right now for bottom team.
There is a Raven for Thunderhorse, but he's not really using it for anything. Yeah, it died, and it had turret, and it had 100 energy. That is very much a shame. They could have used those extra energy
I think
points.
Darkwhite needs some more Ravagers actually here, like at least 2 more. Just 5 Ravagers or 6 are really good to deal with all the stack.
Yeah, I would also like to see some Corruptors, not Lurkers. I don't think she...
I think she doesn't need so many Corruptors, in my opinion.
I think she needs Corruptor more than she needs Lurker. Let me put it that way.
I'm not sure about that. Because like Corruptors at this phase doesn't do so much in my opinion.
Well, the Corruptor actually can kill Libs, while the Lurkers was just moving forward and
No,
dying.
not in time. There's no way. Just that one Corruptor there just for is a bait. That's all. Like Corruptors actually do nothing. Like at this phase.
They do a lot better than a Lurker moving forward and dying.
Well,
That-
it depends, right? Like if the waves are mixing, and yeah, I agree that like, but Lurker is for the next wave in general.
Yes. Lurker is not for the air units. Okay, now we have some air army coming out of PewPew. We have Void Rays coming out. There is 2 Void Rays, which I'm not really sure it's the best Protoss air unit, but it is getting the job done. It protected 1 Lib.
The main point is to damage the next wave here. So I will put all the lurkers the other side probably, than the lips, but yeah. Or at least like most of them the other side. because Nedved is stacking on the right side. So, on the other hand, the lurkers are not priority targets for lips. It means like they will target Hydras.
Oh, is this gonna be Planetary Fortress? The Marauders are shooting at it.
Yeah.
It's
Oh my God, this is so close.
38 HP. Almost went down to
Yes.
the Stim Marauders.
Yes.
Okay, and here comes the Lurkers. They're shooting at an Adept.
Yes. And the stalkers.
Okay, oh, and actually this is a very interesting development coming out of the new tourney format. So basically, something that changed very heavily from the last tournament to this tournament is that the Protoss are now going very early carriers. So all the tosses are preferring to play very early carriers. So we see Pew coming up with a carrier at 15 minutes.
I wouldn't say this is an early carrier though.
No, I was just about to say that. I was just about, yeah. Players have been doing carriers since as early as like 9 minutes. Like carriers have
Like
become
much earlier. I saw from Shadow something like 6-7 minutes carrier. So
yes.
that's quite some development, as you said. Yes.
Yeah, the Protosses in general are preferring to make carriers and very early. So it is different from the previous tournaments where carriers were not being used at all.
But where's turrets from Monkeygurly? I don't know why she's not using her ravens. Just using all this energy for nothing. I mean, she has like 5 ravens and all the energy is kinda wasted. Let's see.
Okay, this is a lot of Ravens from Thunderhorse, so he should be able to Oh, those Monkeygurly with those very punishing anti-armor missiles.
Yes, I mean you can't do ravens against Terran like this. I mean the full bio with Marauders kill all the turrets anyway, and what you can do is limited.
The Planetary Fortress almost goes down again. Nedved forced to use all of the Raven turrets to try to keep it alive.
Alright, this is good. Now Monkey's using turrets, and yeah.
Okay, there's 3 carriers, but there's Ravens, there's Thors from the bottom team. The bottom team has absolutely every unit they need to not let this game go. I think now the window closed for the top team. They just can't get back at this game unless the bottom team makes a huge mistake. But I don't see what mistake they could do. They already have all the units they need.
Yes. I mean the bottom team is just stacking 3 mech waves. Just to be ended up with an Terran opponent that has Marauders, Thors, and everything, which is not the best case, I guess.
Yeah, and I think this all comes back down to the fact that the top team was a PTT, sorry, was Protoss Terran, and the advantage that you're supposed to get out of playing a Protoss is that you win the early game, but they never won the early game, and so they're so far behind now. The Protoss is kind of a liability at the late game.
Okay.
So I don't see how the bottom team can lose this now.
It's hard. It's 20 minutes already. So that means top team has like 5 minutes, right, to come back. Otherwise, after 5 minutes, we'll have tier 4, which will increase the tier 4 up, which will push the tier 4 upgrades, and then there will be increased speed and stuff, which will be really hard to come back.
But this is a lot of Liberators from Nedved, so he hasn't given up. He's still trying, but Darkwhite just has so much anti-air. Look at the amount of mutas, the amount of corruptors.
I'm not sure why Nedved linked forward like that. Yeah, maybe to save the lips. I don't know. Yes.
Yeah, this is so many Liberators.
Yes, there's too many Liberators here. actually.
Okay, and the Liberators, they
Yeah,
go.
he's targeting the Thors, which is actually good, and they have carriers. Oh, this can be a comeback actually if
Yeah,
Monkey is not firm here.
yeah. There's
So
5
Monkey has
carriers. There's
4 Thors here, which
yep.
is
There's 5 carriers. There's still 10 libs. There's still ravens. They
yeah, yeah.
disable all of the Thors, and
Yeah, this is insane comeback, I would say. Yes.
this is the
This is
top team showing up now.
yes. This is interesting build, I would say. Yeah. Though I'm not sure if it will be enough. Let's see.
Well, their units did expire, and that kind of puts them at a disadvantage again. But here comes the Protoss. He does get the stack, and now there's stores. Now there's battle cruisers. There's so many carriers. These are +3 carriers, and I don't think Joking has enough to win this time around.
Yeah, not sure. There's 3 Thors dealing with all these carriers here. Yeah,
Yeah, sorry, go ahead.
but this is still in the middle. You know, this game can go anywhere else here because the all teams have advantages and disadvantages here. So let's see here.
No, I think this is just too many libs from Nedved. So the Liberators were
No, but
really...
look,
Yes.
look at the range. Look at the range. This range is insane. I mean, a bottom team can't stack eventually here because top team doesn't have. They only have mech, right? Like if there's enough Thors and like the other support units, I think yeah, this will be a bit in the middle. I think, you know, get a nice parasitic bomb there. Do you think we will see some mothership here from top team?
I don't know if there's a mothership coming. Maybe? How much mineral does he have? He is banking a little bit. He has 500 minerals now. So let's see what he decides to do with that. But for now, it is the top team actually pushing the bottom team. But now there's not that many
No.
Liberators from
Yeah,
Nedved.
yeah.
So
I mean,
Monkey
now
might
it's
be able to
over.
push.
Now it's over because the Thors will. Let's see though. Like, there's a lot of this disables, right? Like, we'll see. Okay, they're saving Thors now, which is okay, and now it's over. Most probably it's over.
Okay, so the top team really has to push this right here, right now. They only have 2 minutes left on the clock. After 2 minutes, the units start speeding up, and it just becomes almost impossible to stack. Here comes the mothership that you were talking about, Tris. So they really are going all in.
Wow, what an instinct, man. I was thinking this mothership would be really good here. Because all 3 waves stack, you know? If they got the mothership 1 wave before, that could be actually really dangerous.
Yeah, they're not pulling any punches, but look at this. All the carriers from PewPew are naked. Nothing is protecting them. The Thors from JokinPhantom deal a lot of damage, but actually, the carriers managed to survive. So this is it. I think this is the last opportunity they're gonna get.
No,
and look,
no, they can't win here. No way.
yeah, Monkey has a lot of Thors still.
Yes. I mean, 6 Thors is really menacing here.
Especially with the anti-armor missile. The Thors are just annihilating the air army.
Yes, the thing is, like, next wave comes and saving Thors is the real deal here because, yeah, Thors has had some also hard time to clear all this air. There's so much air, right? Darkwhite has some nice pulls, which is really good.
The Lurkers doing absolutely nothing. Because they're bad.
What do you mean?
The Lurkers are just dying to Liberators. It's really funny. They're doing absolutely nothing.
No, you didn't see on the left side? They were actually hitting a lot of soldiers.
Yeah, Lurkers are just too expensive. But here's the problem. Right now, Thors shooting at carriers. You never want this happening. You usually need something protecting those carriers. Carriers don't have a lot of natural enemies, but the Thor is the natural enemy of the carrier. It just completely destroys them. The high armor makes the carrier DPS a lot smaller than it should be. The Thor damage is insane. Thor's, man. Just so good. So reliable.
Yes.
When you're winning, get Thor's. Okay, and now we also have the Vipers out, and the Vipers are pulling out the parasitic bombs, but I don't see the parasitic bombs that were just kind of like hanging out on the battle cruisers, not really hitting the liberators where you actually want the parasitic bomb.
Yeah, I think right side Darkwhite's lurker is just dying too fast. Like that's putting them there. I think is a wrong decision. Yeah, I mean Darkwhite could put them on the left side maximum because the left side lurkers will leave enough time.
Yeah, well the thing,
The most
Nedved is on the corner, right? So if Nedved is on the corner, then you just go on the opposite corner. But
yes, exactly. Yes. Because like the point with lurkers is just you want to something for the next wave, which is good with mid game.
yeah.
Now it's too much mixes.
Yeah, there is absolutely no chance that the top team can make it back, I believe. Like, I don't want to sound too negative, but I do think the bottom team has literally won this game, and the top team is just processing the loss right now.
Look now, left lurkers here, blink forward, like stalkers is really good because lurkers now damage all the blink lurkers, stalkers. Sorry. So yeah, there are some misguided strategies, like misfunctioned strategies, but they're mostly two team prepared, right? Like you can see they all prepared for this game. Like they have some plan, so which is good. I like to see that.
I think both teams were testing the water for this game, and
Yes.
they were kind of like, you know, measuring each other. Like, okay, let's see what the other team is gonna bring this match.
Oh, this is GG. Oh, nice.
And
Wow, nice game. What do you say?
yeah, well, I think both teams were measuring each other, and show mode showed everyone loves karma that, hey, if you're gonna gas first, I'm gonna kill you. I'm gonna take the advantage early on from the game, and I'm not gonna let it go. So you can't. I think this is a message to the top team, like, hey, you can't gas. Okay, so now, very curious, is PewPew gonna gas again? Now, this time, even if he does gas, I do believe he has a strong chance of still making it work, just because of how the Protoss versus Zerg matchup works. And I do believe that Nedved will be going for... I think he'll be trying to lose, because basically the idea is we're gonna see Nedved lose up against Joking Gesture, and then PewPew will get that chance to blink back those stalkers and really stack with Thunderhorse and just completely destroy Monkey.
Well, what do you think? Nedved can go tier 2 here, right? Like, and even if they lose, the PPU can stack anyway.
Yeah, I do believe that the tier 2... Well, we don't have to guess anything here, right? Like, Nedved does prefer his tier 2.
Yes, I mean, PT stack is so strong, you can almost be sure that after Protoss there will be a Terran bio coming. So, yeah.
Okay, and here immediately, no questions asked, nothing to hesitate about. PewPew with a 1 gas. So he will...
I mean, this is not a bad point from PewPew actually. Maybe this is not the baddest, like the worst idea, right? What do you think?
I do believe it's stronger without the gas. You kind of need as many stalkers as you can possibly get, since this is where you win. You want to make sure you win early. But the 1 gas, I think it could work.
The thing is, if you plan to lose early game, this is not a terrible idea probably, but yeah.
Okay. And Nedved is definitely... Oh, no, this is Joking, actually. So, actually, Nedved going tier 1 and Joking is actually the one that's gonna go tier 2.
Yes. Alright.
Okay, so Nedved's surprising us. He's... Okay, now Nedved is going for tier 2.
Yes.
Okay, now let's see how PewPew blinks. No blink? Well, this is the first wave. He doesn't have to blink on the first wave. So he's just gonna let the stalkers die. He doesn't care about the first wave. He's just gonna wait for the next wave.
Yes.
Okay, but meanwhile, all this time, the mineral advantage is for the bottom team. And Monkeygurly is gonna win this wave quite handily. So now they do get to keep that advantage. Now, let's see. Joking Gesture actually went tier 2 Terran with 2 Ravens and 1 Lib. What do you think?
Well, this is good if yeah. Okay. I don't know why that one turret was there. But
Okay. Some good...
stack there or something.
I think Joking is just trying to not let the Marauders walk forward, but I don't... Or maybe just try to stack?
I'm not sure.
Okay, but if he gets some disable... If he gets some disable, that would be so good, but PewPew manages to blink back and evade the disable. And now... Yep, go ahead.
Yeah. I think he could just save the anti-armor for the next army also, right?
Yeah, I think it would have been better if he anti-armored the Marauders instead of the Stalkers, because now we have Stalkers with Marauders shooting against Monkey, and Monkey is going to lose out. There's just no way she can clean out that wave plus Stalkers, and here we're seeing the true power of the PT stack, where the PT stack just wins.
Like, Joking didn't do any units here, right?
Yeah, that is true.
Can we expect some different strategy here? I'm not sure.
I think he's gonna be seeing now the tier 2 out of Nedved. I think Joking was probably waiting to confirm what Nedved is gonna be doing, but JokinPhantom should have more Ravens than Nedved.
Or he can just go bio, like Marines. I'm not sure, Joking doesn't do anything. Yeah, but yes, we're seeing some bio of Joking now.
Okay, blink forward out of PewPew. I don't really like this blink forward that much, because what are you blinking into, right? You're blinking into Marauders. Like, that's not really all that great. But they do manage to get the W and put some damage down on the cannon.
Okay, now it should be automatic interference matrix here. Why they don't do interference matrix? I don't know.
Yeah, Nedved does the interference matrix on the Ravens, but actually Nedved has no army to clear these Ravens. Okay, and now... Okay, maybe... Okay, let me see this fight over here. So we have a lot of Ravagers, and they're bowing down Stalkers, but even if you try to bow down the Stalkers, there's just so many that survive. And now this is a huge army. There's so many Stalkers. There's 12 Stalkers and so many Marauders up against Monkey. There's absolutely no way she can clear this. And so the advantage will go to the top team.
Yes.
And the problem is that JokinPhantom did go for bio, and now the bio is crashing into a wave of units. So it just gets so much weaker. And the Liberator, it's not really paying all that off, because Nedved has so many interference matrices that Joking Jester army isn't really doing anything. Okay, and here we see just the insane advantage that Protoss has against Zerg, where the Stalkers can just really keep blinking back, and the Zerg can't stop it. They don't really have anything in their army that's able to prevent the stack from Stalkers.
Joking should use like anti-armor here, not turrets. Turrets doesn't do anything here.
Yeah, and look at this amount of Stalkers. It's just insane. There's no way Monkey will be able to clear this. Some really strong performance coming out of the top team. They're so confident that they already have to gas, because Thunderhorse already went for gas. So that's how confident he feels, because he knows the Stalkers are stacking with me every single wave. And so he knows that he's already gonna win quite comfortably. So now it's completely up to shield mode to try to come back in this game somehow.
Joking is using like automatic uh, Raven shots. So,
Hmm.
like the turrets goes to one mine on the other side, and the turret just doing nothing.
Yeah, and look at this. Like, no matter what Darkwhite tries to do, the stalkers from PewPew are just stacking. This is a big bio army. Oh, but Thunderhorse has Marines and gas. That is kind of weak up against Marauders and Raven and Reapers that Monkey has, but there's so many stalkers, man. Monkey just can't clear.
Look, Joking's another turret is just automatic mode, which is useless. Like,
Yeah,
use so much better. Look, all on the right side.
yeah. I think Nedved has a much better handle on the TVT matchup. Right now, Joking is just not doing what he has to do. And Nedved is capitalizing on it. But there's also the fact that the PT stack is just hurting Joking so much. Okay, and even though there's Ravagers, the Stalkers still survive. Here we have the blink forward coming out of PewPew. The Liberators die, the Ravens die. And here we got the insane PT stack going on again. And there's just no way Monkey's going to be able to clear this.
This is the right approach, what Monkey did there. Just anti-armor.
Okay, so really, right now it's still up to the bottom team to catch up. And I think they're trying to go for the TC stack. As you can see, Joking is at the back while Darkwhite is front trying to catch him. And maybe she'll be able to catch a Liberator, but it's looking tough right now. And there's no Infestor, so those Liberators are just going to town. 9 kills on each and every single one of them. That's just so much value from 225 minerals.
I mean, right now, Darkwhite tried to carry the whole team, but yeah. It's really, really hard.
And look at PewPew. He has 4 lines of Stalkers.
Yes.
He knows that Darkwhite can't really stop them. So he's just getting more and more and more Stalkers. And now this is going to be canon.
Yes.
And it's already 9 minutes in. And the top team already has 4 gases. And they've had gases very early on. While the bottom team has no gas at all. And so the mineral advantage is completely in the top team's favor now. We really need to see a Liberator Muta stack really quickly, or this game is gonna... But we're just gonna see a slow death.
It will be probably, yes. But yeah, we'll see. I mean, there's too many options in these games, right? You never know.
There are options, but it's looking very grim. So I'm very interested to see what shield mode can do. But I think shield mode is definitely gonna switch their races, because they really don't want to get that Zerg versus Protoss matchup. As you can see, the matchup was really in favor of Everyone Loves Karma, and they used the advantage. They used that matchup advantage in their favor to turn this game what looks like to be a win for them.
Yes. As you can see, what Nedved did with Raven Lips is really good for next wave. So yeah, if Joking could keep maybe more air also, not sure. Yeah.
I think I'd really like to see some Infestors coming out of Darkwhite. That she really needs to at least have them. I know it's really bad against a Disruptor, but you can put them really far at the back, and so they kind of still work.
Yeah.
And you don't have that many ground army anyway. Like, you really want to go more air units.
There's no way Monkeygurly can win this wave. There's no way, basically.
Yeah, basically for Monkey to be able to win her wave, Joking and Darkwhite would have to stack together and then do so much damage that somehow Monkey can still win her wave. But it's looking very, very tough. The window is really closing. They only have about 5 minutes left to be able to turn this game around. And it's not looking so good.
I think it's never set in the stone. Like they can still come back because there is no such thing as uncomebackable or something. But yeah, like I think yeah, when the mid is like gained in such manner, like it's really hard. But it's, I mean, it's not easy, but it's not impossible. Yes.
Yeah, but look at this. Nedved has 5 Liberators stacking up against the Bio Army. So the Liberators get to do insane amount of damage. We get the siege we expect out of him. And Joking's army is dying. So let's see. Okay, the Nexus is almost gone. It's 400 HP left. And I just don't see it. So the strategy right now for the bottom team, if they want to win, Joking Gesture and Darkwhite would have to stack together. And before Darkwhite's army even gets there, Joking is completely cleared.
Yeah.
And so it's not looking so good.
That's how League works. Yes, yes. They punish the next wave pretty good here. Yes, I agree.
Look at this, the carriers that I was talking about. Protoss really getting those early carriers. And Monkeygurly just has not enough anti-air to be able to deal with the carriers. So they're doing an insane amount of damage. They might not have any kills, but nothing was shooting at them. And this is just the power of the carriers. They're so hard to kill.
This is GG. Joking made a switch with selling all units round, but Nexus was too much susceptible to damage, so...
Yeah, there were just way too many Marauders, and when you sell your units, if you're up against the anti-ground army, like Marauders, Immortals, you really run the chance of just dying. Okay, so I think we're gonna get a repeat out of the last match. I think we're gonna see PewPew opening up with that gas first again. And so I'm very curious to see how a shield mode is going to adapt, because what they didn't work. I think JokinPhantom going tier 2 was already very expected. And so they kind of played around it. But actually this time it's not going to be Joking up against Nedved. It's going to be Joking up against Thunderhorse. And so it's kind of the same matchup, but different players going up against different players. It's going to be Monkey going up against Nedved this time.
Yes. Yes. The thing is, like, JokinPhantom goes tier 2 has a better chance, I think, in general. Like, to stack and stuff, yeah.
Yeah, well, Monkey's not
early.
Monkey's not a player that likes to go tier 2, right? Like, when I think of Monkey as a player, I think of a player that really likes to go bio as much as possible. So I don't really believe that Monkey's gonna go tier 2. So and that might be their weakness, right? Like, if you know one of their players isn't likely to go for a tier 2, then you kind of already know who to expect is going tier 2.
Can you see the same Marauder opening? The Marauder opening is exactly the same. One died.
And funny enough, so no one gets the middle.
The middle, exactly, yes. Sorry, I interrupted you. Noah, you were saying something.
No, it's fine, it's fine.
Yeah.
Jersel saying I'm speaking like a true licked infestor player, recommending it infestors. So
yeah,
it's pretty hilarious. Okay, Darkwhite with a good spread of lings catches PewPew trying to be sneaky with those stalkers in the corner, but the lings managed to take them down. And now Nedved actually going for tier 1 up against Monkey's tier 1. So who's going to win? Both players didn't get stim, but it looks like it's going in Monkey's favor.
yes. Because she had concave, right?
She did have a better concave. Okay, but now Joking didn't really make an army. But Thunder, they're both hiding what they're doing, right? Because you can make more than 6 Marauders by this wave. So they're both hiding what they're doing. They don't want to reveal too much what they're doing. They kind of want to hide if they're going to go tier 2 or not. So let's see how it plays out. Okay, and so Amstux and Jerso both saying that they can actually hear you now, Tris.
Okay, that's perfect. Well, the thing is, what was Joking's mistake was he didn't turn Raven's like interference matrix auto, right? Like he should use his interference matrix automatically, immediately.
Yes, I do agree.
Otherwise, they will get disabled immediately then.
Yeah, this is something I was talking actually about to Million. So I went on to tutorial game, and I've practiced going Terran against Terran a bunch of time.
Look, there is no automatical here.
From both sides, actually.
Y-
Okay, but
I mean,
this is a...
yes, exactly. I mean, if he turned disable on here, like it wouldn't matter, you know.
There goes the interference matrix. So this is actually something I wanted to say. So I put a game on tutorial, right? And I practiced the same wave against each other over and over and over again. And it was kind of a mech army versus another mech army, Terran versus Terran. And I practiced multiple engagements, multiple scenarios, and basically what ended up winning the most was when you have a TVT, you do want to disable anti-armor, but keep interference matrix and turrets. And you kind of want to manually use the turrets. So you really need to use both turrets and interference matrix to win the TVT matchup.
Yes, that's fine. But where is interference matrix? I mean, I don't understand. He has a lot of Marauders, and what does turrets do here? Nothing.
Exactly, the turrets aren't really doing their job, so I'm kind of confused what's happening.
This is really bad gameplay in general. Like you can't do in such games. You know?
Yeah, and now Thunder is clearing Joking, and they're also getting the PT stack. So this is looking extremely good right now for Everyone Loves Karma. They just have such an insane advantage. You can see that there's 3 colors on the field right now, and well, 4 if you count Monkey.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Like they should have stacked here much better than the enemy team. Enemy team is on offensive, so you should be able to stack here. Like making just turrets doesn't do anything.
I think Joking's too focused on his Liberator.
Yes, I know.
And his Liberator isn't really getting a lot of value.
Yeah, but...
Okay, interference matrix now on. Okay, so this is going to be some Raven stacking, but...
Well, if you use automatic now, then it's not really good, you know. Look.
Oh no,
this is terrible. This is terrible. You know? Like,
yeah, you didn't really want to use the 3 turrets. You did want to save some turrets because now these Ravens, they stack, but they're not really shooting. They don't have any energy. They did nothing, and yeah, no, look at this insane advantage. Like there's so many stalkers, and it's just a repeat of the last match, the last game.
Yes, I know. Like they should have got the mid much earlier. Like if when he had the Raven advantage, he could just disable and let the cannon clear the rest, you know.
Actually, some Marauders stacked up on the cannon, and look, the cannon almost goes down. It's on 139 HP, and just Darkwhite doesn't really have anything to catch Joking with.
This is still a good chance to stack. Now he should use like manual
interference matrix, I believe, would be the best. To land some bios. Yeah, but this is not enough damage.
Not turrets, you know.
Yeah, definitely not turrets, because you can see he just put the turrets, but the Marauders are catching up to the Stalkers, and the Marauders are excellent at dealing with the turrets. And now there's Stalkers, there's Marauders, Monkey's army is just disappearing. And this might be canon soon.
Not yet, but yeah.
Oh, we get the blink forward out of PewPew. Some Stalkers,
Yeah.
they do lock on the cannon, and it goes down. Now the top team has an insane advantage. Look at this. Already gassing up from PewPew, gas from Thunderhorse immediately after taking down the cannon.
Yes.
Yeah, I think... I don't know. I'm not really liking these Hydras out of Darkwhite. I think if she played without the Hydras, she would be doing a lot better. Just pure Ravager. Like, you don't really need a lot of Hydras for anything.
I'm not sure. Maybe. Yes, you're right. Maybe. I'm not really expert on that, but yeah. Ravagers maybe could be better.
I just prefer Ravagers and Mutas over Hydras.
Well, she has already like 5.
Oh no, the Liberators from Joking just going forward into their deaths. They just blindly went over the Stalkers, and the Stalker just easily gunned them down. No micro out of Joking, and so that's gonna be really bad, because right now show mode is looking for a stack up between Darkwhite and JokinPhantom, and it's just not happening right now.
This is the same thing like happened last game, I guess. As you said.
Yeah, it's really unfortunate, because the chances of the Protoss landing up against the Zerg was basically 33%, right? And they've landed 33% twice. And so that's gone really in favor of everyone loves Karma.
Yes.
So actually, Tris, I actually wanted to ask you something while the game goes on. You're going to be facing off against the winner of this match. So who would you like to play against out of these two teams?
I don't have a preference about that. I'm okay both teams. Well, I mean, yeah, like we didn't play with PewPew so long. I wouldn't mind playing against him though. Just kidding.
Well,
I mean, as I said, I don't have a preference. Yeah.
well, PewPew's already on 3 gas.
Yes. Yes.
You kind of already know what to expect when you play against him then.
Yes. I mean, yeah. I mean, this is some nice stuff, right? Like we're seeing, like people are actually coming up real good strategies and stuff, like which is really good. The Stalkers like damage so much really here. Like they're stacking and stacking and stacking.
Yeah, the Stalkers are stacking against the Marauder wave, but it doesn't even matter because there's actually so many Stalkers, right? Like every wave, it's 10, it's 12 Stalkers surviving.
I mean, Pew got just his 4th gas, so
4 gases. He's feeling very confident.
yes, he is.
And as he should, I think. He's probably thinking about that last game. He's saying, okay, we won last game, and this is going very similar, so we should be winning up in this one as well.
Okay, actually, this is not terrible because there's lurker stack here.
No, there's just
and
too many
also some
Stalkers.
Ravagers. Yeah, I know, but lurkers is both good for Marauders and Stalkers, so. But still, yeah, there's too many units.
I mean, think about how confident Nedved is that he's making Ghost now.
Yes.
That's how far ahead he is. He knows he's winning this very comfortably. And so he's not afraid to throw down Ghosts.
Well, after last game, they're probably more confident, but like, as I said, you never know, I guess. Like, they have already 3 Thors, and yeah. Definitely doesn't look good for the bottom team.
Okay, so what would the bottom team have to do to turn this game around?
This is the only thing they can do, just stack TZ, right? I mean, they need to stack TZ, otherwise they can't. Look, there's like lib range, but the libs doesn't really. Okay, they're trying to stack behind, but they need to kill actually some units here.
Okay, actually, this is not that bad. There is some liberators, there's lurkers, there's a lot of bio still left alive, so...
The liberator is just disabled by ravens, so...
Yeah, the ravens out of Nedved just too punishing when they disabled those libs. And then the ghost sniping down the lurker?
Yes.
It's kind of painful. Okay, but this is a lot of liberators. This is exactly what they need. So can the mutas catch up in time? This is 4 liberators, but oh no, one of the liberators goes down.
No, they're going down.
Yeah, this is not going to be enough. Look at the Thors, they're just doing so much damage. All the mutas of Darkwhite are basically gone. Okay, and PewPew's going bowling. He's 4 disruptors, so very different from last game.
Late. Yeah, like top team tries to do everything they can to clear the stack. I mean, avoid the stack. So.
Okay, and now it's what, 7 gases against 3, and they also have advantage. They have middle and they're winning, so this is looking really good for them right now. Okay, but hold on.
I mean, there is a huge stack here, so
yes.
They don't scan. That's the issue here. If they would scan here, they could just siege much earlier.
Yeah, that is a missed opportunity. With a scan, they could have sieged a lot earlier. But this is... Yes. A lot of the liberators actually go down. There's only 5 left.
Yes.
But 5 is a good number. Let's see what he can get done. There's 4 lurkers.
Yeah, this is not terrible siege at least.
Oh, but there's a disruptor. It didn't kill that much. This is still the best chance they've had so far. Okay, and Joking actually sieges the libs. Very good. Oh, but look at this. Monkey's army is already gone.
Still, there's one Tor. And there's still some lib stack here, I guess.
I like this if the libs weren't about to expire, but they are really going to die very soon.
Yeah, I mean, if you can, like, leave strongly to the next wave. Next round, it's really hard to come up with something. Yeah, but here again, there's a lot of.
Okay. Yeah, this is looking extremely good. There's a Thor with 20 HP, but it does, even with 20 HP, it does 100% of damage. So
okay, this looks a lot better.
Yeah, this is looking really good. So
like
there's a
TZ stack is actually works here. He should unsiege now. Unsiege again. Okay.
Okay, this is good. Monkey catches up to the libs, so these libs are still doing damage. Each of them with at least 4 or 5.
I mean, Monkey is really strong at the moment. With his all this marauders and everything, yeah. Monkey basically has like more than 2 lines, like 2.5 line of marauders actually. Okay, yeah, this is how you win, because you have like more lips than they can kill with Thors, you know, like.
Yeah, I think the top team kind of got too confident. They started making 4 gas. Yes. They started doing ghost. Like they started wilding. So, the bottom team show mode, they said, "Hey, you're gonna try to like style on us? Good luck. We're gonna turn the game around on you for trying to style on us." And so, chill mode actually turned it around. I'm very excited for this one. So, this is 6 libs.
But as I said, that was their only chance, like TZ stack, right? How they can do it. But if they start with bio, then it doesn't get in time, right?
Okay, and this is a lot of damage. Look at the marauders from Monkey. There are 3 marauders going up against the Thor. And yeah, look at JokinPhantom. He already has so many ravens. It's gonna be completely enough to clear Thunderhorse, and now it's everyone loves Karma on the back foot.
At the moment they can't do much because Protoss wave is just get so much leak against like this. Stalkers won't do much against this much of lifts.
Yeah, no, I think everyone loves Karma must really be kicking themselves because they had this game in the bag, and now it's looking like Showmo just stole the game from under their feet.
What I will do here is selling all Stalkers and make all carriers. A couple, maybe Phoenix.
Well, he has to do something different, right? Because the Stalkers, they don't really add much value after 15 minutes.
I mean, he had like JokinPhantom is only 3 Taurs. There's a lot of Ravens though, but still, like carriers would clear much faster all this stuff.
Well, the Disruptors aren't really doing their job anymore. Because see, the Disruptors is just dying to Liberators, and that's always very sad to see. And the thing is, like, even though the Disruptors are shooting, sure, he gets 3 Ravagers, but how much are you spending? So that's 1,000 minerals for 4 Disruptors, and you only get, what, like 520 or 420 minerals worth of Ravager? Like, it's not enough value, so the Disruptors are being completely useless this game.
Yes, that was what we learned in the latest meta, I guess. Early carriers.
Yeah, basically the new meta is you can skip Disruptors. Like, that is something you can do. If you're up against a full air army, you don't really need the Disruptor. And if the Zerg doesn't get 2 lines of Ravagers, then you can also skip the Disruptor, because you're not going to be able to get enough value out of them. Or if you're going to get Disruptors, then at most 2.
As you see, the whole Protoss army is getting like evaporated here. Yeah, I mean, PewPew likes his Stalkers and gas, but that has a very heavy toll right now. Okay, now there is another chance for Nedved to stack all his lips.
Yeah, but there's so many Marauders, and they're cleaning the Thors, so there's not that many Thors. Like, this army is a stack, but it's a kind of a small stack. Look at the amount of Thors that Joking has. 6 Thors.
Yeah, there's a lot of Taurs. Yeah, it's really hard at this point.
And PewPew has like, what, 34 Stalkers? That's 4 lines of Stalkers.
Yes.
And they're just evaporating to Liberators.
Yes, and Darkwhite has enough, like added enough Corruptors, enough Mutas, everything. And Lurkers on the side, so they need to scan them side by side.
Okay, so chill mode. I don't think the chill mode is gonna let this game go. They're already on 6 gas, so they did more or less catch up on the gas count.
Yes.
So even if the top team wanted to win by gas, it's kind of harder now to do it. But I think it's gonna be extremely hard for them to push right now, just because look at the amount of Thors that JokinPhantom has, and then he has like, what, 10 Liberators going up against 4 lines of Stalkers. It's just like,
yeah, well, we played this, I think, matchup like in the one of the in-houses, and like Leaves actually overcome the Terran like Thors. Like that was really strange, because like you never expect that, but actually it can happen if in the right circumstances. So that's really important. Like you, like
Oh, actually, the Planetary Fortress is almost dead. It's on 216 HP. It's very close.
Yes.
Okay, so Everyone Loves Karma really has to come back right now. They're almost close to death. They're almost close to the 25-minute mark where the tier 4 will kick in. So their window is really closing down. They have to kind of come back really soon right now.
Yes.
Okay, Disruptor Shots clears 3 Thors, and
Yeah, that was really good actually.
that is really good, yes. Like,
Yeah.
I was saying before how if you spend 1,000 minerals on Disruptors, it's kind of hard to get that value back. But killing 3 Thors, that's definitely value right there.
But because there's no Zerg on the top team, they can't just like abduct the carriers. So there's that.
Yeah, there's no Zerg, there's no Viper.
Yes. Well, basically, if you pick PTT matchup, you don't have a luxury to lose the game this late. In my opinion.
Yeah, well, you lack Vipers, and Vipers are really like a super like stacky army, right? Like Vipers can really pull down some Thors, and that just adds so much DPS for the Zerg army. It's really crazy. Okay, but here comes the mothership coming out of PewPew. So he's trying this time kind of around the same timing where he's getting a mothership at the 23-24 minute mark. But there's so many Thors by the time he gets there that it just doesn't matter.
Yes. It's almost with 4 minutes. In 1 minute there will be tier 4 upgrades, so that is an important timeline.
Yeah, Everyone Loves Karma really needs to get back in this game in the next minute or so. Because otherwise, yeah, like you said, the tier 4 will kick in. The advantage will be so sick. The units just get so much faster after tier 4 that you don't really get that chance to stack. And then the attack speed of every unit is also better. They also attack faster. And so you don't really get that chance to stack. It's just that much harder. You really want to do it before the 25-minute mark.
Yeah. Nedved has really nice sense of humor in general.
Yeah, Nedved is totally a personality.
Yes, one of the spices we have here.
Okay, and Vipers, we see Viper pulls on the Thor, so that's actually amazing. You can see all the Liberators surviving. So even though it was an extremely rough start for for show mode, they actually managed to turn the game around and they killed the Planetary Fortress, putting a matchup, like they had a matchup disadvantage and a server disadvantage, and they somehow managed to turn them around. Truly a team. Okay, and we are loading up into the game. Will we get a very similar early game? Will PewPew once again open up gas? I think right now, Everyone Loves Karma must be telling PewPew, like, dude, 4 gas? Come on. Like, that's probably the reason why we lost, right? And they must be also telling Nedved, like, dude, come on, Ghost? Like, that might be the reason we lost. And so I think we're also going to see some redemption coming out from Everyone Loves Karma. I think they're going to correct some of their mistakes. I'm pretty sure it's easy to point them out, what they did wrong. I think they can tell. And I think we're not going to see that overconfidence, because they were overconfident, they were overthrown. And I think we're going to see those changes. Instant gas out of PewPew. Of course he does. He's open gas every single game this match. Luckily for him, most of his games have been PVCs. And so the gas really works in their favor. Okay, now here we have the classic opening from Monkey. Monkey, really a player that really enjoys those tier 1 units. She almost always opens tier 1. She almost always goes Marauder Reaper. It's very strange that when a game where we see Monkey going for tier 2.
Okay, I'm back. So,
Welcome back.
what's going on? What's going on?
Okay, so we get the same matchup again. Terran up against Terran, and Protoss versus Zerg. Very in favor of Everyone Loves Karma, and PewPew opened up with a gas, very standard.
Okay. Alright.
Oh, actually, but this time Darkwhite opening up with no Ravager, instead going on for the slowing Hydra push.
Okay, Nedved doesn't do anything, so he's waiting. What's going on? I guess.
Well, he's already tier 2, so he is confirmed going for tier 2 units. I think he wants to... Actually, he is tier 2, but he goes for Marines.
Yes. He's probably expecting Joking to go air or something.
I think maybe he was trolling us because he just sold the Marines and
he
went...
sold Marines and made Ravens. I see.
Yeah, of course he does. It's Nedved. Okay, and how will Joking Gesture respond? And he opened up with 5 Marauders Reapers, so this is going to be good for the Ravens.
Will attack for sure. Because, as you see, Nedved doesn't do anything, just one turret.
Yeah, one turret just to protect the bunker. And as you can see, the bunker took no actual hull damage, just shield damage.
And Ravens has the full energy. He made the upgrade, so yeah, which is good now. You can see here the power of the anti-armor missile. What Nedved does is actually correct, in my opinion.
Okay, but let's see, the Protoss isn't going to get the stack, but I think the Stalkers will be able to do enough damage to Monkey, where to Monkey can't win her wave up against Thunder.
Yes.
And this is 1-1 from Thunder versus Monkeys, who's 1-0.
It is not enough to kill Cannon, but it's close.
Yep. Manages to get about 200 damage on the cannon. Okay, and now a Raven. Oh, look at this. The Ravens out of Nedved. Interference matrixing the Ravens.
The turrets are pretty good here.
Yeah, he managed to get the he got the interference matrix, but not in time, and the turrets out of Joking were enough to clear Nedved. And so this is looking really good right now for the bottom team, but now we get the feared PT stack. But look at the amount of Stalkers.
I mean, there is no anti-armor. Again, I mean, from Joking, he could just make anti-armor here, I think.
The concave is really good for Monkey, but it doesn't even matter because the army of Stalker Marauder is just so insanely strong. And actually, this is very close to cannon. This is the Stalkers lock on the cannon. Is this going to be enough? One more volley and the cannon goes down. Stalkers, excellent blink out of PewPew with that killer instinct, blinks forward and takes down the cannon. And now really show mode is on the bottom foot. Okay, and now we get the stack, but it's like some Raven stacking with Hydra Ravager. And I don't know how strong this is going to be. I don't think this is enough to clear PewPew. Yeah, okay, and the Marauders make it just in time, and there's way too many Stalkers, and there is some Ravens, but they have no energy, so they're basically useless. They're not even close to having a turret.
Yes.
Okay, now there's no cannon to rely on, so it's just gonna be harder and harder for them to stack.
Oh, not all turrets. This is okay.
Oh, look at the interference matrix just in time. Nedved just so many Ravens. Like, it's crazy the amount of... Basically, the Terran versus Terran has been tier 2 versus tier 2. All these games. And most of the time, it goes in Nedved's favor. I don't think this is gonna be enough. Una bling forward from Pew. Killer Instinct senses that the Zerg army is just too small and too weak. Blinks forward, manages to clean it all off before Thunderhorse even gets there. And so right now it's everyone loves Karma with a really good advantage. They're making use of the PT stack once again. For the third time in a row, they take the early game really in their advantage. And now it's really up to them to correct the mistakes that they did. And you can see some difference already in the game because Pew is on 1 gas. By this time I think he had already 2 gas or maybe even 3 gas.
I mean here instead of throwing turrets, Jokin could just disable all the stalkers and let the Marauders go forward, then he can use his turrets, right?
Yep. He has no ground army, so he can just let the ground army die on the Nexus.
Yes.
And just try to stack the Ravens.
The stalkers, that's all. And he wouldn't lose all his Ravens. Now, instead, Nedved stacks all his Ravens.
Okay, there's 2 Hydras, but the Hydras, they're gonna die to a turret, so they don't really contribute all that much. And there's a lot of Marauders from Thunderhorse. Okay, but Joking is doing that right now. He's not using the turrets, or he's using them one at a time.
He's using them 1-1-1, which is good actually, and he will wait here because Thunderhorse 1 Raven stay alive. So, okay, I think this could be a good stack, but let's see. Yes.
Okay, now we have turret wars here, where the bottom team is really in favor. So this is looking extremely good for show mode right now. There's so many Ravens still alive.
He didn't use at all his Ravens. Joking. Again, no auto interference matrix.
Okay, this is looking really good. Can he get turrets and interference matrix up in time? The disruptor, 4 kills, but is it going to be enough? This is a pretty big stack. Oh, but he uses turrets, and the turrets don't really contribute all that much. There's way too many Marauders for the turrets to be all that useful.
Yes.
And so it looks like, yeah, Marauders are going to be enough to clear. The turrets, even though they stacked... Yeah, go ahead.
I don't know why he's trying to use turrets all the time. Just interference matrix, right?
Oh, actually, but I really like the turret positioning for Joking more than I like for Nedved. But I don't think it's going to be enough.
I think this is good still for stack.
I mean, there is 4 Liberators now, which is extremely good against Toss. And the Disruptor shot doesn't really get anything. 4 kills, but I think it was 4 Circling, so it...
No, there's a lot of disabled here. Let's see. I think Zerg needs Lurkers still here to stack with the next wave also.
Okay, but only
So
one...
I can expect a...
Only 1 Raving out of Thunderhorse, and this is 4 Liberators. This is an army to be respected. This stack is really insane, and the Marauders are in the Liberator's side, and they're all getting shot down. Look at this, 10 kills. All the Liberators, basically 10, 12 kills. This is ridiculous. Oh, but he uses the turrets. So Joking won't have turrets now to fight up against his wave, and you can see that all these Liberators are dying extremely quickly. Oh no, chill mode was looking like they were gonna take this game back, but all these Ravens out of Nedved really put the game back on their favor. Yeah, this was looking extremely good for show mode, but oh man, I gotta say, everyone loves Karma took this game back again.
Yes.
Oh, and look at this, Pew now with Storms, and Storms are just so good against Bio. They do 90 damage, or I think it's 80 damage times like the amount of stuff they hit. So if you get a good Storm on 5-6 units, that's already 480 damage. It's really strong. Oh, look at this. Marauders hitting the Nexus. The Nexus already taking some hull damage. Oh no, and Liberate is just running towards her deaths. And I think you could see like the huge difference from this game to the last game, where it's now everyone loves Karma, took the early game advantage. It looked like chill mode was going to get back, but I think everyone loves Karma kind of corrected those first mistakes that they did from the third game, where they're not overgassing, they're not making ghosts, they're not making random units. You can already see less Disruptor, more High Templar, so you can see a difference in their army composition. And I think it's really paying off. You can see even Thunderhorse right now, 11 minutes with a Thor. Oh, this is a lot of Marauders hitting on the Nexus. This might be game.
Yes.
Okay, but the turn that... Yeah, the Liberators managed to kill the Marauders in time. Actually, it's funny. Nedved has this many Ravens and they're all +0 armor.
Okay. Oh. Are these tier 3 range lips?
Yes.
I mean, the siege times, they could stack here much better. Just all I'm saying. The lips could siege much. Okay, here, I don't know, let's see how this goes. But yeah, it's really hard for bottom team to win this.
Well, the thing is, like, the Liberators were there, but they kind of sieged late, right? So by the time they sieged and started shooting, most of their army was gone. If those Liberators had sieged way earlier, I think that would have made a huge difference. But the fact that they sieged so late, they started attacking so late, that basically the army was gone. And there was Thors, so the Thors were able to clear the Libs.
And there's so many Ravens. You can't just beat this with one Thor.
Yeah, 17 Ravens.
You need a lot of Ravens also here, I think.
Look at those High Templars, those Storms really cleaning the mutas. So great. The High Templars might not have any kills, but the Storms deal so much damage.
Yes.
Okay, the Disruptor is gonna get its second shot. And it kills a Marauder. Not bad. It did something. Okay, this is the best chance I think that they're gonna get to stack right now. This is 6 Liberators stacking, but look at the Ravens, man. There's just so many. Even the Zerg can't clean it.
Yeah, this is really hard for bottom team, I think. Like, not easy, at least.
Okay, and here's the famous carriers we're talking about, where everyone now is making carriers. This is looking like a stack, and now the Liberators, I think, are sieging on time. There is still a lot of bio army left clumped up here. I think this is going to be really good. So actually, shield mode, some way, somehow, managed to turn it around. They're going to keep this game very interesting.
Yeah, that's how you win. Like, in TVT, if you have enough units, you can actually win. Because, like, Thunderhorse definitely not making enough bio.
Okay, and then Nedved is trying to throw turrets, but there's so many Marauders, the turrets are dying, the Thors are stacking, and there's still Liberators left alive against the Protoss. So this is going to be really strong.
Yes, it will be strong enough, maybe. Not sure. Just the Thors are not in the... Okay, they are going for the carriers now, which is good. Okay, there is one lurker also. He's hitting the bio army. Yeah,
and it's a +2 lurker, so it's really softening up the bio. And now that it's bio up against bio, Monkeygurly actually has enough Marauders to clean this. Thunderhorse was going for Thors, but Thors are not great against Marauders. So I think he got too many Thors, and now he can actually clean his wave. Okay, and look at
No.
this. 10 Marauders up in the bunker. The bunker is almost dead. 100 HP. And it does manage to survive. Nedved throws turrets to save it. Oh, actually, this... Is this gonna be enough? There's a lot of Ravens stacking up against the Zerg. And so this is gonna be a lot of turrets right now, very soon.
It will be, yes. But there's a lot of lurkers now also.
No, well, there's 3 lurkers from the bottom side, and I think they're
But
gonna do
there's
a lot of damage.
a lot of ravens also, like stacked and carriers now. Like there's too much to clear for Monkeygurly.
Yeah, I think the main issue is that there's carriers, there's so many ravens, there's like 10 ravens still alive, and that's way too much for Monkey. And there's stalkers even alive, so I think Joking is not being able to clear to do enough damage to the next wave. And
Yes.
when he stacks with Darkwhite, it's just not enough to clear Darkwhite's wave.
Yeah.
So this looked like a very dangerous moment for everyone loves Karma. I'm sure they were very worried where Shield Mode managed to turn it around, but the pendulum swings back again. And this is a lot of turrets up against the Nexus, as this is Thor's targeting the Nexus, and I think it might go down. Yeah, and this is it. GG's. Everyone loves Karma winning game number 4. And so now we're tied up with a 2-2 score. And it's all gonna come down to this last game. Okay, the players are getting loaded up into the final game of this upper bracket round of 8. Both teams really want to win this last game. They do not want to go up into the lower bracket. They really want to go into the semifinals winner bracket. And it's all going to come down to this game. It could go either way, so I'm really excited to see whose story we're going to see, like how the stories are going to develop for each team, right? So if whoever teams wins will have an easier chance, while whatever team loses will have to face off against other strong teams to redeem themselves in the lower bracket and try to have a chance back in this tournament.
Yes.
So I think if they have some secret strategy, right now it's the time to pull it off. But like I said, this is gonna come down mainly to that CVC, and we already see.
I see you're very excited.
I'm really excited for this one, and we already see Thunderhorse going tier 2, while Darkwhite is staying tier 1.
Yes.
What do you think?
Darkwhite. Let me see. Well, I think they're checking their opponents, right? Like, what are they doing? I think everyone is very cautious right now. What could be the lineup? Let's see. Okay, we have some mutas from Thunderhorse, and like if Thunderhorse continues with mutas, I think like Darkwhite could make queens, right? Could be a really good stack the next wave.
Okay, Darkwhite decides to start up the tier 2. This doesn't mean she's necessarily going to go tier 2. This just means she's getting ready in the case that she does need it. So I'm very curious to see how she's going to respond once she sees the muta. Is she going to... Oh, cancels the tier 2.
Cancel. Yeah, I think she's going to queens here.
Yeah, she doesn't have any other choice. She's going to stack queens. So we're actually going to see queens decide this final game.
Yes, that is right. Like if they don't lose the cannon here, then it should be okay, I guess.
Actually, and I think this is kind of a mistake from PewPew, because PewPew has a lot of adepts, right? And because he has so many adepts...
I mean, they can lose here the cannon, really.
Well, yeah, this is a lot of marauders, to be fair.
The big marauders, you know?
Yeah, and the cannon goes down. There's too many marauders. Okay, but now they do have a chance of stacking, but they have to win right here, right now. Otherwise, I think the queens aren't gonna work. So this is show mode stand.
I think he can just anti-armor these guys and Come on.
Oh, anti-armor lands perfectly. Now it's up to
Yes.
the Queens and Bio, and they're gonna clean the mutas. They really have to turn the game around right here, right now, and I think they might be able to do it. Will we see a scan?
There need to be a scan, yes. But there's no scan at all.
I don't. Okay, here's the scan. A little bit late. Is this gonna be enough? There's a lot of Marines, and the Marines are going to clear through PewPew's army. These are stim Marines, but no +1.
Yeah.
Oh, but I think here's the problem: is that JokinPhantom just is pure Raven against pure Marauder, and so. Oh no, man! The Marauders just not doing their. The Ravens are not doing their job. And no disable either.
I mean, he should have just disabled all the stalkers. I'm not sure why he's doing this.
Oh yeah, this disable is way too late, and it looks like.
The execution is really like questionable here.
Yeah, I think this is way too late.
Joking again.
Because now there's Ravagers, and the Ravagers can bio down the Queens, and the Queens are not stacking. And now, this is really looking in favor of Everyone Loves Karma. Will they be able to take this game and take this match?
I mean, okay. Now, Darkwhite going forward.
Okay, so they're changing their strategy. They're gonna go for a TC stack now, so it's gonna be Liberator Raven trying to stack with the Zerg, and it's going to be Nedved. Everyone Loves Karma trying to prevent the TC stack, and TC stack does take a while to work. So we're just gonna see Lib Ravens trying to stack for the next, probably for the next 5 minutes.
I mean, they have still a good chance here, in my opinion. Like, towards mid game to stack. But yeah, we'll see, I guess. I mean, Thunderhorse is really good at Ravager piles, so I think, yeah. He will damage next player pretty insanely in general. Let's see what's gonna happen.
Yeah, there's 12 sad Marauders going up against this full army of Protoss. And even though PewPew has 1 gas,
yeah,
he's still winning.
Marines
It's very sad. Okay, but now it's time for joking and some questionable lip sieges.
Yes.
But overall, he does Interference Matrix. He does throw down the turrets. Let's see if he can get the stack this wave. And it looks like it's going to be a no. The stack gets denied once more.
Okay, these are not good piles.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter. Any damage you do, like even just tagging the Terran army, they kind of stim and kill themselves. So you don't really have to do a whole bunch to a bio army to make it completely ineffective. And now look at this.
PewPew has 1 High Templar just to debuff the Ravens.
Yeah, look at that feedback going. The Ravens just losing their energy.
Yes.
Yeah, this is gonna take a while because the thing is, Joking still doesn't have tier 3 libs. He's really missing that crucial upgrade, so he's not gonna get a chance to stack until he has that upgrade going for himself.
And everyone is on 1 gas, which means 6 gas total.
Oh, look at those fungals. They land on absolutely everything. Amazing fungal. And then followed by some amazing vials. So really, Thunderhorse preventing any sort of stack. He keeps denying the stack from ever happening. And he keeps this up for a couple more minutes. He's really going to have that, give Everyone Loves Karma that middle advantage. Like, you see PewPew, he already has 3 High Templars now.
I'm not sure. I question that number though.
Yeah, the thing is, I think he needs more anti-air.
Storm would be better here.
Okay, Muta's catching up to the Liberators, but yeah, this is 5 Liberators surviving, and Nedved doesn't really have a good answer right now.
I mean, this is really easy to stack this new meta, so yeah.
Okay, let's see how the... Okay, tier 3 libs now in effect, so those tier 3 liberators are absolutely amazing against Ravagers.
The problem is they're not really sieging on the units.
No, I think this is gonna be more than enough.
Oh, okay. Okay, this is good enough, I think. Still, yes.
Yes,
I
because
agree.
PewPew doesn't have any good anti-air army. Like, he has one Void Ray, but that's not gonna be enough to clear all the liberators here. Or is it?
I think it's enough. The sieges was too late. It wasn't widespread, so yeah.
Okay, these liberators are trying to survive, but they will get denied. That's a lot of turrets going down underneath the liberators, and they all die really quickly. I think this match has been very different from previous tourneys because we've seen Ravagers, we've seen Bios, we've seen just a lot heavier focus on Liberator Raven than on previous tournaments where the focus was on that PT stack and the fungals.
Yes.
So this has been very interesting, and I think it's been everyone loves Karma capitalizing on the Ravens.
You could just siege. She could just siege. I don't know why she was sieging much earlier. I mean,
Okay, but this is a stack on the planetary forges,
no,
and
look, they're just dead.
oh, they all that went down. That's very sad.
Like, you should have sieged much earlier. Like, you can't just afford that. Look, the sieges are really late in general from the team. Like, okay, now this siege was good, but yeah, it was anyway in the middle. The only important thing is you should have to siege like.
Okay, this is a good siege.
Yeah, this is not a bad siege. Yeah, okay, this is good.
Yeah, this is really good. Okay, and the Void Wraiths are stuck behind on Ravens. Oh, but look at this. Nedved's Ravens are already there, and all the turrets go down. And once those turrets get deployed below the Liberators just... They die out really quickly, man. They really die very quickly. Okay, it's already 11 minutes. And so you can see that PewPew's army is beginning to stack some Void Rays. And this is going to be really strong at preventing the stack. Between the High Templars and the Void Rays, I think JokinPhantom is going to have a harder time stacking. But as I say that, this is a lot of libs. This is a lot of libs.
Void Race is a wrong decision, in my opinion.
I mean, the good old rule of RTS still applies, right? Where more beats less.
That's for sure. Yes.
And so
the thing is, like, Ravens tank so much. Yeah, but this is too much. Yeah, you can't just stack here right now. They need to wait a little bit more, probably.
yeah, only Queens surviving. Queens are not that amazing. Their DPS is just, as you can see, so small that it's really not that great.
Okay, from PewPew, I don't see any disruptor here, which is not great. I think, yeah.
Right.
Micro disruptors probably, not sure. But
no,
this will be really hard for this.
Actually, I think it's
This,
amazing that PewPew has no disruptor. He doesn't need disruptor.
yeah.
Does he? I mean, there is a lot of bio, you're right.
Yeah, I'm informed. Yeah. Yeah, he doesn't need so much. Still.
No infestors coming out of Darkwhite. I would really like to see some infestors. I think they'd be amazing here.
Let's see. There's
Okay.
a lot of Thors from Monkey now, like 2 Thors already.
Yeah, this is a really good stack at the Planetary Fortress. I think Monkey's army might be able to survive this.
Yes. She needs to stack like siege though.
Okay, this is really good. This is looking amazing.
Really
There's...
good because
Yeah, go ahead.
this is really good because the Thor stacked, so they can clear all the void race. And then yeah, could be really good. Yeah, still a lot of void race. Okay, this is a stack for sure. I mean, there's a lot of anti-armor missile here.
Okay, this is looking really good. Yeah, there is some Liberators still alive. There's 4 Liberators actually still alive. That's a pretty big number. And Liberators are amazing
I mean,
against
if they
Ultras.
siege enough time, yes. If they don't siege, that's a really big problem. Next wave is Protoss, so Protoss will have a huge lead now.
Yeah,
This
there
is-
is 3
this is too
Thors and a
Yes,
lot of
and-
Liberators.
A lot of Liberators now, because PewPew doesn't have any like carriers.
Okay, and the Queens actually stacking. They took a lot of damage, so they're
Yeah,
really
damage.
protecting
Yes.
that Thor Liberator army. And now it's going to be some Thors left over. And I think this
Yes.
might be enough for Joking, for Chomo to come back. Let's see. This is still a big army from Nedved.
Okay, there's a lot of thirds now again.
Okay, but yeah, this is still a huge stack, right? And there's still 3 Liberators left alive, and I don't know if Thunderhorse's army is gonna be strong enough to clear this, because there is a Thor still alive.
Yeah. There's a lot of Hydras. Okay, this is really good for the top team. I agree.
Okay, and the pendulum swings, so now it's chill mode with the advantage in this tug of war. And
This is carriers comes a little bit late, I think, in my opinion.
I think this carrier is a terrible idea, because now you have carriers against Thors, and you can see that carriers are just dying.
I mean, Void Race was a wrong idea there. He needs carriers instead of Void Race. So if he had like, how many Void Race he has?
He has
He has like
10 Void Rays.
10 Void Race means how many minerals?
That's 520 times 5.
So it is 200.
2500 and some more. Yeah, 2620,
Like,
something like that.
2600, right? So it means like for tier 4 he spent 450, and like at least you could get like 2 more carriers here, and they will stack on the air much better, I think. Or
Yeah.
he could go just ground, right?
Yeah, I don't think Void Raid is like Void Raid used to be the unit that the Protoss would make all the
Yes.
time, right?
Not anymore.
Not anymore.
Not anymore.
Basically, Void Ray has been discarded from the Golden Armada. It's all about that
Yes.
Phoenix carrier now. Basically, you want carriers, but you can maybe try to get Phoenixes if you're in a rush. But basically, it's all about the carrier now. Like, everyone's crazy about carriers. The DPS is just so much better than Void Rays.
Yes.
And the carriers actually survive, while the Void Rays just die. Okay, and yeah, Thor Lib still stacking. So is Chill Mode gonna turn this game around? What looked like to
Looks
be...
like it.
Yeah, I think Everyone Loves Karma was so favored, and they had the middle for so long that I thought they were just gonna win, but the Queens, man, they just tanked like a champ. And not at the moment that we expected, right? Like you expect queens to tank the early game and then just kind of like slowly lose value. But actually in the mid game, that's when they got their most value.
Yeah, yeah. Like the crucial thing is here, Protoss doesn't have any luxury. I mean, PTZ matchup doesn't have any luxury to make any mistakes. On the other hand, TTC matchup composition, I mean the composition, like can sit back, you know, make a couple of mistakes, you know, like doesn't matter, and they can stack back again. Like that's how it works right now.
Yeah, TC stack in general, it does allow for some mistakes, but basically the mistakes that it allows is somewhat different from the ones that PT allow, right? So when you're playing TC stack, you really need to siege your libs as early as possible. If you don't
Yes.
siege your libs manually, basically your army does nothing. You're never gonna stack.
Yes.
But as long as you siege on time, it can be very forgiving. But the PT stack, you really need to never lose middle once you get it, because the Protoss isn't really that great at taking the middle back.
Yeah.
You can see, even though here we have four carriers stacking.
There's how many Thors here?
exactly. And these are +2 Thors, so they really clean this really quickly, you can see. And even the Ravens, this interference matrixing the carriers is just so strong.
Okay, we got some Thor steals. Okay, there's a lot of Corruptor from Thunderhorse. I mean, the bottom team tries to get some air domination so they can get a hold of air, which is good actually for them.
This is a lot of Thors, my man. This is like what, 5 Thors plus 1 from Jokin. Yeah, 6 Thors with plus
I mean,
3.
should make the air. I mean, with Corruptors, I think also. Otherwise, that can be a problem for them, in my opinion. On the other hand, like PewPew is going front, which means Nedved should go back, and Thunderhorse is already front. I think that would work much better if Nedved would be back.
Okay,
That is the exact stack composition. I'm not sure why Nedved not going back here. Oh, okay, we have some mama sheep here, huh?
yeah, the mothership, I like the mothership. I think it's great. This is the earliest they've ever gotten the mama ship. Basically, they've been getting it at 24 minutes on the clock, but now they got it at 21 minutes. So let's see if that's the difference. The only thing I'm worried about is this is a lot of Thors, man, and the mothership dies really quickly to some Thors. And there's already so many Ravens out. The Ravens can just interference matrix the mothership and render it useless. Oh man, there's so many ultras from Thunderhorse. I do really like me some ultras in the CVC matchup. But right now it's just ultras dying to liberators. The liberators are having a field blast up against those ultras.
Yeah, that's the right call, right? For Thunderhorse, he should have made a lot of ultras to deal with the ground. But unfortunately, the lake is so much, he can't do much about it.
Yeah, you see some queens, you're thinking like, oh my god, you know what is so juicy against queens? Definitely ultras. Ultras, the queens have no DPS basically against ultras.
Yeah.
So it's really juicy, but they're not really getting the opportunity to do so.
That 2 queens in the middle, still not dying.
I mean,
That is a good call for chill mode part. The queens actually there.
those are 3/3 queens.
Yeah.
You can see the Ultralisk really going to town doing what they love to do, which is they chew on Thors and they chew on Zerg. So they do that, but the natural enemy of the Ultra is really the Liberator, and the Liberators, they're just always there, man. Like, if for one wave Thunderhorse could just get a clean swipe against Darkwhite, I think he might be able to take it back in their favor, but Shield Mode isn't gonna give them that opportunity, right? Like, they're always gonna try to stack libs to prevent the Ultras from cleaning Darkwhite.
Yeah, I mean, this is not the end of the day in the end, because like, if one team loses here, which apparently it should be, one team lose, and they will go to the lower brackets, and like, I am really afraid of their opponents, because yeah, this both team are really experienced, and I mean, it's hardly it's really hard to win against these teams if you're not prepared. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, you can see the teams are really evenly matched, right? Like, it's right now the score is 2-2. It's been very back and forth. It hasn't been one-sided. Like, there hasn't been any game where we've said, okay, this team has no chance at coming back, right? Like, it's always like been very close, tight games. And that's what I actually expected out of these two teams.
Yeah.
Okay, there is a little bit of a stack happening here. There's 3 carriers. And so let's...
This is kind of good.
Actually, there's 5 carriers.
Carriers is a lot, actually, yes. But the mass disable here is the key, right? Like, it's really hard to deal with mass disable.
Yep, and just as you said, mass disable completely disables the carrier. So instead of 5, there were only 2 carriers shooting at a time, and that's just not enough.
Yeah.
If you disable 3 carriers, that's basically how many minerals? Like 1.3k minerals doing absolutely nothing.
Yes, exactly. The disable is so strong, actually.
It's so strong.
That's why you shouldn't do only mech, I guess.
Yeah, the Raven with 240 minerals, you can disable a 475 mineral unit. So the Raven's really getting twice the value in cost.
Yes.
It's insane. It's really insane.
Yeah, it's really insane. Exactly. Yeah. The thing is, Terran is not really so much like good in maybe early game, but yeah, it's definitely a nail biter in the end game.
Yeah, Terran. Yeah, you're right. Terran doesn't really win early game all that much. Like, both Zerg and Protoss can beat Terran early on with no leaks. The Terran can win comfortably if there are leaks, but
Terran is really strong in a team composition, right? Like, if there's a support unit, supporters, that's a team play. So then Terran really shines, right?
Yeah, no, I 100% agree. So if you actually coordinate with your teammates, that's when Terran gets the strongest. Because if you can make some liberators and your teammate helps you, makes those liberators stay alive, then the liberators can get so much value that it's really crazy. Like, the liberator can get like 5 times its value in minerals easy.
Actually, here the bottom team could stack.
Wow,
a
there's
little bit better if the lips could siege on the Thors.
Oh, I don't think those were the best sieges coming out of Jokin, but here comes Darkwhite with some Viper pulls for the Thors. This is a really important one because they're getting close to the middle. And we're actually on the 28-minute mark. This game has been so action-packed that I didn't even notice that we were already past the 25-minute mark. So
Yes, exactly. Me too. So actually, as it sounds like a coincidence, you were actually right, maybe. Noah.
Yeah, they really need that server disadvantage to win.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like a disadvantage, but it's how it is, I guess. That is like a karma on the server. I guess.
Yeah, Monkey has like a 400 ping on Europe, something really crazy like that. Monkey is from the other side of the world, opposite of Europe.
Yes.
So she really gets an insane ping, but looks like the ping disadvantage is actually working in their favor. And you can see that the top team is really confident right now. They have 6 gases, and they're really getting close to the nexus each and every time.
Yeah. I mean, I think we can actually see just a glimpse of like really advanced, not advanced, but high-end gameplay in this round of 8. Can you agree?
I think when you think of direct strike games, they usually aren't this back and forth, right? Like, it used to be at one point in time. Yeah, I'm gonna get there. So it used to be one point in time where basically when you were playing standard, it's like, oh, the cannon died, the game is over. Like that was what everyone thought for like the longest amount of time. And this has not been the case this match at all. Like completely disproving that.
Yeah. I mean, we can actually see like maybe the executions are not the best, but the build orders and like the composition wise, we can see actually how high-end games can be played actually here. Just a glimpse of it, because there wasn't such equally matched teams so far in round of 16 or round of 8. But in this one, this is pretty evenly matched, and I really enjoy to watch this game. All the games.
I mean, you do have to give some credit to Don't Dock the Boys versus the other team. I forgot what their name was. Let me get it real quick.
No, there was maybe
versus
some games that are really composition-wise good.
Yep.
But I mean, evenly matched, but maybe not that good at composition-wise.
Yeah,
so plant-wise.
Right, so we saw Revan going up against Dog the Boys, and it was a 3-2, so it wasn't very close. But I think this one was a complete nail-biter, right? Like both teams looked like they could took it at a moment.
About equally matched, but it's also like the composition-wise, it's really good. I mean, it's really high-end.
Yeah, both teams are playing completely meta, right? Like.
Yes.
I mean,
other games were not really exactly meta.
Right. These players, they're no strangers to practicing on the weekends with everybody else. So basically, we do practice on the weekends, and all these teams, all these players on both teams, they always show up, and we keep going over and over until we really perfect the builds. And so we really do play test the builds out a lot, and these teams, all these players go there, so you can really see that very high level play out of both teams. But I think you can see that show mode is really at the 32-minute mark. I think they're really gonna be able to take this game, but there is another story developing right now. So let me talk to you a little bit about that, Tris. Right now, I think Everyone Loves Karma realized, okay, we're not going to be able to take this game back, but maybe, just maybe, shield mode is not going to be able to kill them on time. And so Everyone Loves Karma has decided to bank on the fact that this is Direct Strike Tournament Edition. And in Tournament Edition, the game ends at the 40-minute mark. And whoever has the most amount of minerals win. So there is that separate win condition besides killing the enemy nexus.
Yeah, and if you can't win in 40 minutes mark, right? The most what exactly? The most mineral gain team wins the game, right?
Yeah, and this might be actually a nail biter because I think Everyone Loves Karma had the advantage, the mineral advantage for a long time. They've had gas advantage for a long time. And so
Yeah.
this might be a nail biter. And I think show mode is catching on. All three of them move on to 3 gas. And with this, I
Okay.
think they're going to be able to
Maybe I should write it on the old chat. So
that's actually pretty funny.
yeah,
No shade to Jersel.
yeah, just a reference.
That's hilarious. Yeah, so show mode does catch up to the fact that Everyone Loves Karma is trying to win by gassing, and they all gas. So you can now see the gas count is.
I mean, I almost forgot. It's 34 minutes in the game. Like, yeah, this is something. It's mostly because it's almost like a mirror here. And Turtle Terrence.
Yeah, killing Terrence is extremely hard.
Yeah, yeah.
And then the Terran has a really tough time trying to clear the Ultralisks from Thunderhorse.
Yeah.
So JokinPhantom can't really clear Thunderhorse. And so we see kind of like this stalemate where they really can't kill the Nexus, even though they have like speed advantage by a lot.
Yeah.
Oh, and we have some Marauders hitting at the Nexus. The Nexus takes
Yeah.
300
That was scary,
HP
but-
damage.
So how many tier 4 upgrades is done already? Do
Three.
you have
Three.
a say?
Yeah, 3.
Oh, okay, every 5 minutes, right?
Yes.
That's the thing. 25, 30, and 35. I see.
Yes. Okay. But I would really like chill mode to take the 4th gas. Like, they still have some time they can get the 4 gas. Like,
Do you
it's still
think it doesn't matter? I
Yes.
don't think it does matter.
3 minutes worth of. I've seen games where it's come down
Oh,
to 2
okay.
minerals.
Okay.
So
I see.
you really want every single mineral that you can get.
Okay. Okay. That's right.
Like, cause
But
remember,
I think they're not aware of the situation probably. But yeah.
yeah, I haven't seen
I mean,
scans.
they have already like 5 gas of income each. So I mean, with middle, right?
Yeah, I do favor
they-
them on the mineral
They
count.
probably feel like they're safe, but yeah, who knows? I don't know. Can we see somewhere in the like
I don't think we
Banding,
can
maybe?
see.
Oh, I can see the army actually. Army wise, I can see, and technology wise, I can see the spendings here. So PewPew, Nedved, and Thunderhorses. Actually, there are more. Oh,
That's-
actually, this could go really sideways for the top team.
Yeah, exactly. I'm telling you, they really need the 4th gas because this actually might
Wow.
end up.
Wow, this is yeah, they will probably lose the game if they can't match this. You see, like 262,000 minerals.
Okay, so this is gonna come down to the wire now. Show mode won't be able to kill Everyone Loves Karma in the 2 minutes remaining in the game. So this is gonna come down to what team had the most mineral during the whole match. So, I mean, during the whole game. It's, truly a nail biter series, man.
Yes, I mean this is like the only thing that can kill the Nexus right now could be like more Ultralisk actually here. That could be really deadly for a Nexus. And Nexus is almost dead. I mean 800 HP left and some shields. Yes.
Yeah, the Nexus is... It is battered, it is bruised, but nonetheless, it is still standing. And as long as it's standing, they do have a chance of winning by
And
mineral
there's 1
income.
minute and a half left. And there's a lot of air war and like ground war. There is no scan for the lurkers. They don't need to. Okay, this is really bad now. I think for top team because they have no chance to kill the. This is really like sad moment for top team, I assume, because they got the middle, they got the game they thought, and now just because of the 40-minute mark. Oh, wait. Okay, that wasn't enough.
Almost. But they really need to get that fourth gas. I don't see, like, they don't even get another wave, so...
Yeah, but the army spendings are apparent here. 279, 260. Yeah.
Okay, this is gonna be it. 20 seconds left on the clock. Once those 20 seconds run out,
Yeah, I mean, this
this game is over.
Yes, this game is over. So what do you think for the next games?
I think they're gonna start scanning their opponents more if they start if they lose this game by minerals.
Yeah.
They're gonna start scanning some more.
Yeah.
Because this is something they could have prevented, right? Like, if you scan at 30 minutes, you can see what your opponent is doing, and if they're foregassing, then you can foregas as well. And you should never lose to this. Like, this is really their fault, right? Like, this is their mistake, so... But, actually... Chill mode wins by like 1,000 minerals.
Really?
By 900.
Oh, okay, one sec. There are actually difference in... I'm not sure why it shows like this. The army value...
Yeah, but there's also upgrade value, right? Like, you can also spend on upgrades.
Oh, yeah. But how much?
Enough to win, apparently, so congratulations to Chill mode for winning this really clutch match. It was really close, man. Like, I'm sure Nedved's team must be very frustrated by that game, but like, it was such an intense and close matchup, man. Like, I really can't believe it. What are your thoughts?
Well, yeah, I mean, I think both teams showed really good resolve to win the games in general. There are, of course, mistakes on some behalf, but in general, I can see both teams wanted to win the most, and they tried everything they could do. And yeah, like, let the best win, and let's continue to the rest of the stages of tournament.
Okay, but before that, let's try to get the winners here. So let me see if we can pull them up to see their thoughts. Let's try to move them up here. Hello, guys.
Hello, guys.
Is sweating?
So much fun.
Are you excited?
We're sweating. Yes, literally.
We thought after the first like 7 minutes that we were dead, and then I don't know.
The last game was like, what the heck? We don't even know.
That was scary, but
the last game, I thought you were losing because when I checked the spendings of the army, I can see they spend more than you. Actually, I don't know how that happens. So.
Yeah, so last game was such a dramatic game. We are supposed to have the cannon. Like, the mass queen is to take cannon with the bio stack.
Yeah,
somehow, by the time my queen showed up, our cannon is gone.
Yes,
exactly.
Okay, so... Since we're talking about that last game, I kind of want to ask you, Darkwhite. During that last game, you made a lot of queens, right? And then the queens were supposed to win early game, but they actually made you guys win
early game.
But you guys actually won the mid game, but because of the queens. Like, the queens protected doors and libs.
Yeah,
and
somewhat.
Yeah, that made you guys win. So, can you talk about what was going through your head at that time?
What? We weren't
that
even
was
we were
like
just trying to like survive with like our
that
true
was
strategies.
That was like
we were looking literally at like, okay, what are we facing? And then I realized I needed to have some libs, and then the carrier, I was like, okay, carriers are out, so Thor. And we were just literally trying to like figure stuff out as it was happening, and somehow we managed to stack it. Like we had
Yeah.
no real game plan, to be honest, but when we realized, oh shit, when we're adding certain things in, we're starting to stack, so we just kept trying to do that same things over. But it was
Yeah.
it was
Okay,
I think there should be a plan because I don't see
So
any
there's
Well-
like
kind
random
of a
decisions. Yeah.
baseline. Yeah, there's a baseline is whenever we lose cannon, we know that we will have to stack on Jokin's lips. That's the baseline there.
Yeah, that was
So
our default plan. Yeah.
so whatever, when things didn't go right as we planned, we just like, okay, gas, and we need to stack at front of the base and then on Jokin's lips, and
Okay,
then we go from there.
So I want to
That's
ask
pretty
you
much
guys, but I want to ask you guys real quick. So, okay, so you guys unluckily got PVC 3 times in a row, and so I must think that must have been hard on you guys mentally. So how did you guys feel with the matchup disadvantage going on?
We
oh, we just talked each other through it. Like literally, we're like, okay, it's okay. We're just gonna do this. I mean, at least we literally told each other it's okay if we lose.
yeah.
And
By
we
the
just
time it
tried.
was by the time it was 2-2, I'm like, you know what? If we lose, we still lose pretty gracefully. So it's at that point it's like have fun already. But then I don't know. I don't know. Well, I was surprised we turned around actually, the last game.
I think your starter composition. I mean the thing was good. That's why I think you could like still have had some momentum to come back.
I
Otherwise,
see.
if you chose a different
Yeah.
like path, I think
Yes.
that
The
that,
reason
that could be a problem.
absolutely, Tris, because the reason we asked Joking to go T2 from the beginning, even though it's TT, right,
Yeah.
is just for in case we need to aim for a late game. That's
I
exactly
mean,
what
we
it is.
always see in pubs teams like goes tier 2, and suddenly they change like their mind. And, okay, I go some Marines and bio, and then, like
that's the
that
worst thing you could
doesn't
do.
make sense, you know. Like,
Yeah.
if you continue your path, I think that's the most important.
Yeah. Okay. I do have one final questions for you guys, and then I'll let you guys go. But I do have one final question. So joking, you were really struggling during those TVTs. It seemed like Nedved was really like beating you in the TVTs. So,
Yeah.
what was going on through your head when you were losing those TVTs?
I was just thinking that he had a lot more experience in mind gaming with the TVT, whereas I have just been very busy with personal life recently, so I have literally no practice.
Yeah.
And whatever practice I managed to get in was more of like team composition practice rather than like the straight up TVT mind games. So
Yes.
I was pretty quickly, I was like, okay, I don't really think I should try to like beat him in that respect.
Yeah.
So
All right.
we've got to focus more on the team composition and like try to think more long term.
All right.
Okay. Awesome. Appreciate the honesty. Congratulations to you guys, Show Mode, for taking such a hard match.
Thank you very much.
A very important match for you guys to win, right? Like you guys really wanted to go up into the upper bracket and not fall into the lower bracket. So really, congratulations to you guys, and good luck in the next match.
Thank you.
Thank you,
We're gonna take them down in the next match.
We're gonna beat
Yeah,
kids
yeah.
in our
Okay.
dreams. Yes.
Yes, in our dream, we will imagine it.
Thanks for hosting so late for you, Noah. I know I don't even know what time is
Or
it for
so
you now.
early.
It's 5:40
I
a.m.
know, right? So early. Oh my god. Okay. Well, at least we delivered an okay game for you guys. So.
Yeah, no, you guys made it. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Sorry, these were I think one of the best series so far.
You guys made it too easy to stay awake.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yep.
Thank you for casting Nova and Tris.
Yeah,
That
no,
was great.
appreciate you guys giving us some great games.
I mean, I really enjoyed the
Thank
cast
you.
with Noah.
I wanna go listen to the commentary now and see how often.
Yeah.
What was that, like 3.5 solid hours of just bashing in? That's some intense high level direct strike there.
So
Yeah.
how do you feel, guys? Can you just with one word? Can you explain?
I don't know, sleepy, tired?
Okay.
Two words.
And what else?
Many thanks to the Grumpy Kittens coaching and help us practice and help Joking and Monkey shake up their rust a little bit. As you can see, they came back in shape really fast.
I am
I
grateful
am.
this Thanksgivings for everyone
Yeah,
who participated.
last couple
Players
of
and
days,
casters.
we helped a bit, but yeah, I mean, you guys won these games because like no one can teach you how to micro or execute things properly. So
It was
yeah,
your hands that won the game, so
this was really nice to
Yeah.
see that you guys can pull it off. Yeah.
yep. So congratulations, and I will be turning off the stream now, so everyone can say goodbye.
See ya.
Bye bye.
Okay.
All right, I'll see you next week. Bye bye.
Okay. See
Ooh.
you guys.
Later, guys.